Systems thinking is more than just a way to analyze problems. It represents a fundamental shift in how we view the world. Instead of focusing solely on individual parts or isolated events, systems thinking encourages us to look at the whole system, understanding how parts interact, how changes in one element ripple through the others, and how overall behavior emerges from these relationships. At its core, systems thinking asks us to recognize that sometimes, fixing one part of a system doesn't result in the expected improvement. In fact, it can even cause new issues. That's because systems are made up of interconnected components. These could be people, machines, policies, natural resources, or even ideas. Each part affects the others, and often in ways that aren't immediately apparent. Consider a simple example. A crowded city experiencing chronic traffic problems. The traditional approach might be to simply build more roads, believing this will ease congestion. But systems thinking prompts us to look deeper. What if adding roads actually encourages more people to drive, ultimately increasing traffic, not reducing it? This is known as a feedback loop, a key concept in systems thinking. Feedback loops show how actions can have delayed, amplified, or even reversed effects over time. Let's look at feedback in more depth. There are two primary types: reinforcing and balancing. Reinforcing feedback loops amplify changes, like interest accruing in a bank account. The more you have, the more you gain. In contrast, balancing loops work to stabilize the system, much like a thermostat keeping a room at a steady temperature despite fluctuations. Systems thinking also urges us to challenge our assumptions. Very often, the most obvious solution targets symptoms rather than root causes. Imagine a company struggling with declining employee morale. The instinct might be to offer bonuses or host team-building events. While these solutions might provide a short-term boost, systems thinking would encourage leaders to examine underlying causes. Is there a lack of trust? Poor communication? Ineffective leadership? By mapping out these relationships, organizations can design interventions that create lasting change rather than temporary fixes. A fundamental tool of systems thinking is the causal loop diagram, which visually represents the interactions between components. Using these diagrams, we can trace the pathways of cause and effect, identify feedback loops, and uncover unintended consequences. This process cultivates a deeper understanding of the system's structure, making it easier to anticipate how changes will play out over time. But systems thinking is more than just a set of tools. It's a mindset, a way of seeing both the forest and the trees, recognizing patterns, cycles, and connections. It teaches us to pause before jumping to conclusions, to recognize that our actions today may have unexpected impacts down the line. This approach has real-world applications in every field you can imagine. In healthcare, systems thinking helps hospitals manage complex patient flows and minimize errors. In education, it guides leaders to understand how curriculum, resources, and community factors combine to shape student achievement. In environmental science, it equips policymakers to design interventions that restore ecosystems without causing new problems elsewhere. What makes systems thinking so powerful is its ability to tackle complex, wicked problems, those that don't have easy answers and often get worse with quick-fix solutions. By viewing challenges holistically, we are more likely to uncover leverage points, actions that, though small, can drive significant positive change. In a world that is increasingly interconnected, systems thinking gives us the perspective and tools needed to navigate complexity, anticipate unintended consequences, and build solutions that are resilient, adaptive, and enduring. Ultimately, it's an invitation to move beyond simple answers, embracing complexity to create outcomes that benefit both parts and the whole.